What is up and welcome back, and today we're going to be talking about these LED hexagon lights. I can't even pronounce the name of the brand, but I'll put it on the screen so it can help you out. Not trying to say that all incorrectly, but in this video we're going to talk about a lot of pros about these lights. I do love them a whole lot, make my gym space look a lot better, gives it a nice look, a nice vibe, and also some cons because there are some things that could be better, but now you'll have all that information. So to start off, I do want to mention that I love these lights because you do get a remote control. You can see that right there. Turn them off, turn them back on. And it does have a small receiver. And if I'm pointing the remote control in another direction, it's not going to change the lights. You have to make sure the receiver is not being blocked. But in my opinion, it works very good overall. No issues pretty much. If maybe I click it once during turn on, I just move it to the side like so, and then they turn back on. So very neat, very useful, makes your life a lot easier to turn these on. Why I say that? Because initially I bought this set first, and with this set you have to plug them into the wall in order for them to turn on. When you unplug them, they turn off. And it does have 3 brightness levels, so each time you want to change the brightness level, you have to plug in, plug off, plug in, plug off. And that can be very annoying, very tedious with time. You can start to get tired out. But if you do have an outlet, a wall outlet that's hooked up to your light switch, then that could be a no factor, right? You just enter, hit the switch 1 or 2 times to get the correct brightness, and you're good to go. So for me, definitely in the space that I have, definitely want a remote control. You know what your space has, your area, but now you can distinguish between what's going to work best for you. For me, the remote control. Now the next thing is going to be with these lights. I like these because they have RGB. I'll give you a quick little demo of what you can get with these lights. And then I will show you some of the effects as well. Look at that. Beautiful, right? Very neat. So that was a nice little demo for everybody. Now, I do want to mention that these lights for the whites is not going to be as powerful. You saw how it can do with the RGB, some reds, some blues, some yellows, purples, how it looks. But when we do go to the white's not going to be that powerful. So if you are looking for something that's going to give white light, my suggestion is going to be find a different brand. And I will demonstrate how the white looks. I'm going to turn off the lights so you can see the color. So this is going to be with the lights turned off. I do have it set at the brightest level. Now I'm going to start dimming it down. You can see you do have the ability to dim the lights down. This is going to be the red. I will turn it to the white now so you can see it's going to be the white. Now I do want to mention that on camera the white is going to look a lot better, a lot more powerful, a lot more bright, but in person it's not that bright. It's going to be a little bit murky, give you kind of this dark vibe, but it doesn't hurt your eyes. That's why I love these lights a whole lot. If you are trying to get a vibe on camera, this white right here is not going to bother you at all. If you are maybe streaming or like right here, this gym space, the white is not going to blind your eyes at all. You can work out in here no problem. Even if I turn it up all the way up, that right there, I can still look straight on. I can grab the weight plate and the light doesn't affect me pretty much at all. Maybe just a tiny bit, but that's going to be natural with any light you're looking directly on. And I do want to emphasize that these lights look a lot better on camera, right? If you are shooting something, they are going to look a lot brighter. But if you are looking for that studio white, those studio lights, right, where you can control the temperature, or you get a very bright color where you can film maybe some reviews, or if you are planning to put these up in your garage and you want to do some car work, then these lights are not going to be the brightest. You are going to have that complaint. I know a lot of people were complaining about how bright the lights can be. So I did want to give that information out. You can buy these and be sure what you're going to get. So this is going to be the white. In my opinion, is going to be great for anything else other than if you're looking for those studio lights that's going to illuminate very bright. And I'll give you a demonstration of the other lights that I have so you can see the difference of what a studio white light can look like. And now you can see how these hexagon lights are going to look like this other brand. You can see that they're very, very bright. In my opinion, something like this is not going to work in a small space like this because it's going to hurt your eyes. Each time you look at it, it's going to blind you a little bit. If you do have it at the brightest level, then it's definitely going to make you look away or squint your eyes. That's something you don't want to do, right? You're going to get wrinkles along your eyes. It's going to affect your eyesight in the long term. So something like this is going to be better. Lights that are very bright is to have them on your ceiling. If you do have a tall ceiling, going to be even better, going to be away from your eyes, but it's going to give you that illumination that you want. Now, also I do want to mention that there are LED lights out there, hexagon lights, that you can control the brightness level. You can go maybe from 10% all the way to 100 in increments of 10, 10, 20, 30, 40, and so on to get to 100. That's going to be very beneficial. Or also where you can change the color temperature. You can get a nice warm tone for the white. Then you can change the temperature, get a mid-tone, or even very, very cool. Now, that's going to be those type of lights. So when you are shopping, try to find something like that if that's something you're looking for. But if not, something like this is going to be a lot better. In my opinion, something like this up close and personal. You have it behind you, you have it in front of you, above you. Your ceiling is not too tall, you don't have a big space. It's going to be perfect. And if you don't want to attract so much attention to one side of the wall, right? Because when LEDs are very bright, that's everything everybody's going to be looking at. Hey, what's that bright light over there? In my opinion, these are going to be perfect for decorating or doing anything you want to do where you're trying to make it look a certain aesthetic. It's going to give you that look, but not be overpowering. You can see, again, this is how it looks like with no other lights in the room. Now this is going to be a close-up of what you get in the box for the Gneng. You can see right here, this is going to be your light bar. Does feel very light, so when you do mount this onto your wall or onto your ceiling, it's not going to be too heavy, so it's going to stay up. Don't feel it's going to be too much weight that is going to fall down. Definitely it's going to do the job with some screws, some wall screws if you do have some wood, or they do provide some anchors if you have a drywall. And the way that works, you do grab one of these screws. You can see right here, this is going to be the mounting piece. You put this like so. You connect your light bar, very easy to do. And you just keep going until you have a hexagon, and then you can insert the screw onto the wall right there. Plus, if you don't want to actually drill any holes onto your wall, you can also mount it, have it hanging. You can wrap this wire, both of these come with wire, onto something on the ceiling, or maybe just put one screw onto the wall, and then the other piece is going to go right here. You can see that. I'll enter it, you can wrap it around. It does have the proper tools and equipment in order to lock it in safe and secure. So there's a lot of different options and very easy to connect. You can see that right there. I will give you a close-up of the receiver and the power source so you can see what that looks like. And this is going to be your power source. It's going to connect to your wall outlet, and you're also going to have your receiver. So make sure nothing is blocking your receiver, and you're going to have a great connection with your remote. And this is going to be the controller for the Gneng. We already demonstrated a lot of the options. You do have the power button right there, your white. Then you look right here, you can see you are going to have how you can make it more bright or less bright, and then all your effects and then colors right there. Quick little 360. Here's where the battery goes. Very nice to have something like this. And one last thing I wanted to mention, I did want to forget to say this, but when you are installing the Gneng lights, you can see that some lights are going to have A and other B, and also arrows. Make sure you are looking at the instructions, at the diagrams. That's going to help you to put the lights in the correct order. As long as you do that, then your effects and your colors are going to display correctly. They're going to look very good, and it's also very easy to do. And then for other brands, you're also going to have a wall outlet. Very similar way how you connect all the hex lights. Hook it up to your wall for the power source, or even some other options have it where you can make it hardwired. Just look at that, you can hardwire your hex lights. You also get anchors, and also where you can hang it as well. So it is very easy to set all this up, and now you have a close look of everything you get in the box. And that's going to be it for today's video. I try to provide a lot of good information. You can see how well these lights turned out. In my opinion, they look fantastic. Definitely love the aesthetics they provide. Also with the RGB, in my opinion, all the colors look very good except the white. You're not going to get a strong white. You're not going to get that studio white that a lot of people look for. But the white it does provide is going to be a white that doesn't hurt your eyes. And also looks good on camera, so that's going to be a big plus. And like we talked about, you can place this in a small room or a big room, and it's going to be good. It's not going to be overpowering the area. You can put them on a wall or in a corner. You're not going to feel that it's attracting way too much attention. That you're sitting down and all you want to do is look in that area because it's so bright. I think they're very well balanced. Instead, it's going to be more like a decorative piece right there in that area. And that's very good because you can be streaming or working out or even having a party, and you can just be enjoying the company of others or what you're doing without that right there bothering your eyes. So definitely love to see it. So that's going to be this overview. Definitely recommend these hex lights, and I'll see you on the next one.